Soon as we step on the mic, man, you know it's the difference. Heavenly blessed with the melanin, baby, you know that we winning. No time for the long talk, got 120 on the clock. Wednesday, 8 through 10, all the bad vibes better stop. Cause you gotta come with that energy. Casual convos, baby, come down and just sit with me. Lil' Coco be spitting that remedy. Casual convos, baby, come down and just sit with me. You better take this shit serious. She dropping knowledge on head and it's free for the play. Tap it right now if you curious. We got the ham radio going lit every day. We go from people to family to pilots. Stay with me if you got something to say. Know it's important if we go acknowledge. Speak on the business and get out the way. What you gonna say about my mama? She winning, you rockhead.
Hello, welcome to the Casual Convo Show, where we have conversations about topics that affect the community's personal and business relationships. We always have the casual convo, so you don't have to have the tough convo. I always get tongue-tied. I'm your host, Coco, and joining me, of course, is Mr. More Than You Can See King, the King of Asheville, the Mayor, Sir Paul. And then we also have the lovely, the most creative, Baltimore's finest, who we like to hear with her deep Baltimore accent. Jude, the defendant.
Hey, y'all.
How y'all doing?
I'm fine.
And you're still fly, Jude. Oh, that's so sweet. Okay.
Thank you.
Yeah. All right. So we got a couple of things to discuss. We're gonna mix it up with some current events that's been going on. But before we start, we can get into the mental health check-in. I guess I'll go first because mine is really quick. Since Monday, with the last mental health check-in, my mental health has been doing pretty good. I really don't have any issues other than being exhausted, and but I don't really have any problems. I've been pretty happy, pretty content, pretty. I don't want to say happy. I've been okay, but I haven't been, But yeah, I'm good. What about y'all?
I'm chills. My mental health is okay. I've been bored all week. I'm gonna do something exciting. Yeah, that's my mental health at.
I'm excited.
My mental health, I don't know. I'm on the verge of crashing. Sometimes it seems like, because my mental health is down the drain right now because of my physical health. So I'm just trying to deal with some shit, get shit together. But I'm still here.
Anything I can do to help or support? Well, you don't have to say it up here, but just let me know.
But thank you.
Also, shout out to Big Bosco Productions. He said he got 16 strong young black men and black women ready to watch Brilliance. Let's go. You already know. It's going to definitely be in the casual convo way. So we ready. All right. Y'all ready for the first topic, or y'all got anything y'all want to?
Alrighty.
All right. So the first one is, I wanted to discuss, it's been a hot topic. I know we talked about the Super Bowl and all that good stuff, and y'all rolled my ass about my team losing, which is fine. But there's still been the controversy over the halftime show with the Bad Bunny thing, and people are still expressing their likes, their dislikes, some things, and then also some other things that I've been saying is a lot of prejudice remarks. Not saying up here, but we always talk about how we read the comments and see different things, different platforms. Everybody have their own view of who, what, and why. So I wanted to get your thoughts on the controversy behind it between, it being it wasn't in English, it was only in Spanish and things like that. So what are your thoughts on that?
I was feeling pretty Puerto Rican watching that, I'm mad that I didn't learn Spanish a long time ago. I blame America. I blame the education system, between Florida and Baltimore. I blame them. And for me for not paying attention in school. They gave me French. I barely know that either. But I'm just saying, like, God, I don't know. I didn't. Once I went back and watched it with the subtitles. Once I watched the whole thing with subtitles, because I had to figure out how to get my TV to translate it into English. Um, I don't know. Like it was like to me as a person who watched the Kendrick Lamar thing, that's what I don't like about it. They trying to compare the who had the best. They both made statements. They both stood on, made political statements in their performances. They both standing against the same um regime, in my opinion. You feel me? They both standing for equality. They both making a statement for the culture that they believe in. You feel me? He's a proud Puerto Rican. Um, I just feel like all the hate and stuff that's coming towards it, trying to, you know, uh, point out the turning point, and the mega people was watching the halftime show, who was watching. It's all for clickbait, for real, and everybody feeding right into it. I ain't gonna lie to you, I don't know, I couldn't tell y'all a damn thing about that turning point thing, because I didn't care nothing about it. And I feel like any person who ain't trying to, add fuel to the fire kind of carried it like that. But in today's society, that's the society we live in. You feel me? Everybody doing stuff for likes and follows, and to be seen, and to keep pushing the narrative of a story. Donald Trump is up to their agenda is to keep us busy on the nonsense, to not see all the other stuff they got going on. Don't nobody care about what happened. If you wanted to watch it, if it was done out of racism and out of hate, people who like that type of stuff tuned into that. It wasn't only white people. The thing is, it was only white people that tuned into that. A lot of the black community got on the social media and start being ignorant. Everybody was complaining about it being in Spanish. He speaks Spanish. He said it was going to be in Spanish. He got on the Grammys and said he couldn't really speak English, and he could not. At one whole part of his speech on the Grammys, he had to just speak Spanish because he couldn't find the words in English. I mean, that's how I'm gonna be if I ever go to Mexico or Puerto Rico. You feel me? Like, I'm just saying, I'm probably not gonna know nothing they saying. Google Translate is gonna be my goddamn friend. What I wrote down was I should have learned Spanish a long time ago. Everybody mad because they couldn't understand it. Everybody always get mad and confused when it's things they don't understand. But the reality is, we should have learned Spanish a long time ago, because Puerto Rico always been a part of the United States. They've been there for a long time. You feel me? And why isn't it mandatory? Why don't more of us just know Spanish? Just as we could have our own version of Spanish. You feel me? I'm surprised we'll have our own version of Spanish.
Well, we kind of different when we miss.
How do you say? If you speak Spanish out there, how you say Doug, not dog? Doug. How you say Doug in Spanish? I didn't know how to say that.
I'm not trying to be offensive, but when we don't know Spanish, I don't know why.
They put an O at the end,
or a E. They be like doggy. Dog. You be like, and they be looking like, no, the fuck I
don't. Yeah, no, for real, that is how we be. You feel me? No, but and reverse, that's how they be. Think about when a phone are really trying to speak to you and they can't find a word. They be like, you be trying to sit there, it's like playing charades. But like, I ain't gonna lie. But I'm black and we're adapt to anything. I'm sorry, Paul. Go ahead. We're adapt.
No, I was having to what you said about sitting there waiting for them to get the shit out. Hell no, man. You gonna spit the shit out? What the hell wrong with you? Get it out. But no, go ahead.
No, but for real though, listen, look, it be like that sometimes. They be frustrated with us when you be asking them questions. They don't know what the hell you saying.
at all.
Listen, we got to. All right, not taking away from the Puerto Ricans right now, but our culture deal a lot with the Asian community. They have adapted their own goddamn language. Talk. They cuss us out. All types of stuff, like, especially the ones like. And then you got the genuine, Asians is in the African American community. You feel me? Everybody just build their own. Even with some of the Hispanic people in the communities, their English not so good, but you can get them. Everybody kind of figure a way to communicate. I don't see why so much ignorance towards the Bad Bunny thing. I just don't. I don't get it. I don't know. I don't get it. It's stupid. It's just stupid.
I put a comment on somebody post that had the same thing about it because ignorance is ignorance. But I don't even think it's just the Bad Bunny thing. We went through this last year with Kendrick Lamar as well. I think anytime, but I think the last two halftime shows have been statement pieces for the culture of like the what is it, the oppression and all, and how we overcome it, and we still staying strong. But it still spoke on unity because we live in America. It's supposed to be diversity, a big melting pot where culture's supposed to be appreciated and received. But that's not the case. So I look at it like we go through this every year with the halftime show. Everybody always say, "Oh, it's trash." Somebody can get up there, perform, and have all kinds of bells and whistles, and there's still going to be a mass of people. I feel like, especially on social media, people put out disagreeing things just because they have something to say. Okay, it's not going to be for everybody, right? It's not going to be for everybody. I get that, but however, it also, I agree with one of the comments. It pretty much exposed the prejudice and how people really feel when we try to say, oh, racism, prejudice, discrimination, and things don't exist in this country, or they feel like it's not like how it was back in the day. What's being exposed today and over the last couple of years is how still present it really is. And every time something like this happens, it pretty much exposes it and put it on the table, and you see how people really feel when they just try to mask it and hide it. But then when they use things like this to express their true feelings of how they feel about people from other cultures who don't look like them. And I mean, at the end of the day, I ain't know nothing about what he was saying either. But let me say, my little foot got to tapping, and I was like, "Oh, this is a vibe." You feel me? Where so I'm like, I'm listening to his music, but each piece of the production, which was freaking amazing and awesome, showed you he told a story. And he told the story of their culture and how they integrated with, I'm gonna say, the USA, because Puerto Rico is a part of fucking America. So I mean, I don't know why we tripping and acting like, oh, this some no. It was just a mess. But I enjoyed the show. I thoroughly enjoyed the show. But yeah. Paul, you got anything?
When the marching band syndrome ended with the Super Bowl halftime shows with Mike, that's when statements started to be made. That's when the first Super Bowl statement was made by Mike. Because, they still want to have them damn marching bands and that old bullshit at halftime. Nobody gave a damn about it. That's when everybody went out for chips and all that shit. Then when Mike hit the set, then that's to the proceeding. So since Mike, you got to look back through all this halftime Super Bowl performance and check out, everybody was making a statement with their performance on there. Everybody has made a statement. So now, folks don't understand that Puerto Ricans have just as much right as anybody else to make a statement. It's not their fault that we don't understand what the hell they're saying. They don't understand what the hell we be saying. I don't understand what some of these motherfuckers been saying on some of the Super Bowl shows, but I ain't complaining about it. Some of the shit they were saying, I didn't give a damn about it anyway. I mean, it wasn't nothing to complain about. People like what they like. If folks, like I said, people are busy wanting to point a finger, well, they failed. That was a bullshit Super Bowl performance. Why? Because you was looking for something else that you wasn't, something more expected. You thought this man was going to actually come out there and sing in American, the bastard English of the world, the bastard language of the world. No, he came out there and sung where he's from, where he speaks. I didn't understand a single damn word, but I understood the music. I understood the music, and I watched the images, and I watched what he was doing through the sugar canes and how they conquered that and worked with that to make the money and all that over there. They came down. Bam. I done broke my fucking face.
Well, we can always count on you for a good week, but right, you all right?
Yeah, I'm all right. I'm just pissed. I done broke my fucking face. But yeah. And so, like what I was saying about him, he just told a story, and I didn't understand the word he said, but I understood the story he was telling. the electricity over there. You know what happened when they lost the power with the hurricane over there, right? Trump went over there throwing
Yeah.
paper towels and toilet paper and shit.
Yeah.
This mother don't know
Just throwing it.
this mother don't even know he the president of the country. He don't even know he's the president. Well, not well, that's another state, really. But I say country, but another state. It's in the United States. Another state, territory. All people should be ashamed of themselves because they don't know geography and they don't know nothing about territories.
Yeah.
And I don't know why so many black folks was hating on the show. A lot of people love it. They say, hey, we didn't understand the music, the words, but we understand the music. That's what it was about. Music is supposed to be universal. You can get your country people up there, people understand that shit. You get your bluegrass people up there, and they people understand that clotting and all that shit. Get your hip hop up there with Dr. Dre and them, everybody understood that. Prince up there, everybody understood that. I mean, everybody came up there and made an expression of a statement. And Bad Bunny did the same thing. And I respect what he did, and I appreciate it. I enjoyed it. I'm gonna have to get out here for a minute while I pick this up.
Okay. We can always count on Paul for a good moment. I will say that. But no, I definitely agree with everything that he said. But even when like Maroon 5, Usher, Whitney Houston, anybody who hit the stage is always we just people just always gonna find something wrong with something. But I will say this because at first when it first came out, I ain't gonna lie, I was like, oh, where he at? He over in Puerto Rico. And then when I looked, I said, oh no, that's the
Yeah.
they put some money in that. And then when he came through the ceiling, oh, I lost it. I lost it. Cause then you just opened up a whole nother you breaking through barriers and you coming. It was just I loved it.
Yeah, and he was telling the story. I couldn't understand all of it at first, but like I said, once I went back and was able to, watch it with the subtitles, you realize he telling the story and he telling the journey, and I'm here for it. I ain't know what he was saying either. I don't know most of his songs. I know that he was on that song with Cardi B. Now, I also think that was the problem. I know we look at award shows like that too. We wanted to see. I think people was expecting that. They wasn't expecting to see the Latino actors and singers just on the stage supporting him. I thought that Cardi B and him was going to do the song, but then when you go back and then you watch and you see like the part where he was giving a Grammy to himself, the lady with the store, that was the old lady from the the couple that got married. The story behind that, like it was like a whole thought out plan for real. It actually made me realize like what I got what programs they got, because we had what did we have, Rosetta Stone.
Yes, 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 yes.
Yeah, what's the Spanish? I need to speak a Spanish. I need to speak a Spanish. I need to learn. Listen,
My
I'm
job was
cool with
sick
the
of
Spanish
me.
people.
Every day I go to work, hola, ¿cómo está? They be like,
Yeah,
don't come here. I'm like,
for
shout out to
real.
Bad Bunny. Girl, I be talking all kinds of stuff. Don't know what be going on. My one
You
colleague was like, say something else. Say something else. I said, Bad Bunny said, we is united. We all one.
yeah, yeah, yeah,
Especially because the powerful part was when he came out with all the flags. I said, how can you not get it?
yeah, yeah.
Like, how can you just not? Hey,
Yeah,
Fallon.
that was a powerful
Shout out
statement.
to Fallon.
Hi, Fallon.
And shout out to Bosco for the watch party. Thank y'all. I hope y'all enjoying.
Yeah, shout out to y'all.
He at the college. So
Oh,
y'all can do a whole thing if y'all need us to be a part of the presentation and y'all want to discuss it. Just we all for it. So just so you know. But who
ooh, they got the colors. Okay. Let's get it. Okay, come on, what we doing?
Oh, I think we touched on the second part was like people. What got me was I'm gonna just make you laugh real fast. So what got me was I saw this one post and I was going through the comments and a couple of people like, yeah, it's disrespectful to America. And all I could do was side eye the whole post because I'm like, how is it disrespectful to America? It's Puerto Rican, Puerto Rico. It's part of fucking America, dummy. That's what I wanted to say. Is y'all stupid?
You know, that's because a lot of people that pay attention. What's that geography?
Those of us who speak Spanish laughs. They censored the rebroadcast Margarita, and then he said that last one. Yeah, we good, but it's great to see Fat. Oh Lord, he's still lusting over Fallon. Lord Jesus. Hey Paul, welcome back. You good? You okay?
Yeah, they was talking about deporting them too, wasn't they? The dumbasses said they need to deport
who? The Puerto Rico? They deporting
Benito.
them back to Puerto Rico?
Yeah, they talking about deporting Benito because they didn't understand what he's saying. So he got to be from somewhere else. Motherfucker, where they gonna deport him to? Just like y'all can't deport our black asses. So sit the fuck down somewhere and just get adjusted.
Who said?
Get adjusted.
Did that idiot in the White House say that they was deporting?
I don't think they came from him. That was somebody seen on some posts. He was talking about they needed to deport him. It was some idiots in the White House.
Somebody on the post. It's okay. It's okay.
What artist would y'all like to see perform in the Super Bowl if you could pick?
Chris Brown, for sure. Since he put himself out there. Listen, let me tell y'all something. I know that, you know, in no way, shape, or form y'all know I'm a Rihanna. I love Rihanna. She's a Pisces. Y'all know how I feel about my fellow Pisces. I love her. And I know what he did has got him on the blackball list to a lot of things. But that man deserved, you know, he deserved the Grammy. He deserved the Super Bowl. Man, listen, y'all talk about views. Y'all scared to put that man up there. Y'all is scared to put that man up there on Super Bowl Sunday. He gonna shut it down. He is gonna shut it down.
What I would like to see?
Huh? Who?
All right, hear me out. I know they probably all real old right now, but it would be lit.
They ain't gonna be better than Chris Brown though.
No, I'm just like the R&B, like the Patti LaBelle's and like whatever OJ's and all of them left, and like the Smokey Robinsons and stuff like that. If they get up there and just do like one big like Motown style 70s era show, I think that would be dope.
I don't know because most of them people real old now. I'm telling you. I'm not gonna lie. I'm not gonna lie to you. That'll be a whole lot of stress on a whole lot of them. I'm not gonna lie to you now. I'm gonna be 65. and I remember them back when I was a teenager. So now you gotta realize. Now somebody that would really, somebody I would really love to see though, if they wasn't been, I would like to call their prime being up on them, probably would have been Freddie Jackson. But right now, I'm with you because you gotta think. There's been two people I've known of that was called the greatest entertainer, period. That didn't just come from being the music, dancing, acting, all that. That came from being the greatest entertainer. And that's Sammy Davis Jr. and Michael Jackson. So now Chris Brown, he done worked his way to being the number 3 spot on there.
Yeah, man. I ain't gonna lie.
I would like to see him, but I mean, some of them artists,
you know my song.
They can do like all sets, and they can pay into each one. Between Chris Brown and the 70s tribute, but with them, I would like it, or like a new edition or something like that. You know?
Yeah, who we got right? We should send letters to the NFL.
Wasn't Usher on there?
Yeah, Usher already did one.
Yeah, Usher already did.
And see, Chris Brown, Usher used to be my boy. But now, see, even Chris Brown supplanted Usher. Because Usher was a dancing summer gun, too. An entertainer.
Yeah,
but Usher fell off, too.
We got to get Chris while he can still dance, man. You know, he getting old.
But they said his halftime performance a lot of people didn't like it. Or, oh, it was boring. This man was skating, had all the skaters. He took it back.
I
And
tell you, it's always
you
something.
can't please people.
I
It's
should was
always
slick.
something.
Yeah,
I
They
I
was
should.
enjoyed
representing.
his too. But a lot of people was like horrible. Da, da, da. Same thing how they did with this one. That's why I said no matter who performs, people going to find something to say. You can get up there and break your neck, break dance, and they still be like horrible, trash. You know.
Listen,
Well, the little USA shit, they finished behind the puppy bowl shit. So they didn't really make
listen.
no deal or noise. And this motherfucking Kid Rock, this motherfucker sitting up in there drinking Bush beer. We was drinking that shit back in the 70s. That shit wasn't number water then, it's still water now. Oh, redneck, poor ass excuse for a person. Oh, but we're not going there right now, but okay. But anyhow, yeah. So, like I said, the man done his thing at the Super Bowl. But yeah, Chris Brown. Chris Brown, then probably you can get Chris Brown, get the Roots on there with Black Thought.
Well, since
Okay.
Paul already took us there, let's just merge this in. So speaking of culture, all of that stuff, and something that came across my mind with all of this was we're in Black History Month, right? So what are your thoughts on how Black History Month is viewed today as opposed to in the past to like present? Do you feel like it's more watered down or kind of skid over? Because I noticed, just hear me out. A lot of times during the month of February, when it's supposed to highlight allegedly Black people, African American culture, our history, we're past, present, and future, we always get hit with a bunch of conspiracy theories, controversy, all of that stuff to take away. What are your thoughts?
Well, Black History Month is the same month as Super Bowl, so we focus on that first. It's like full of football, so but I feel like I mean I feel like it depends on what you're looking for. I think it be stuff things going on, but that's up for the Black community. Like if we want to parade or make you know um make something happen, I feel like that's on us for real. Like the community should be doing something. I don't know what I'm saying social media wise. What I'm saying promote it is like the uh I've seen like videos of the guy like ordering food or ordering like something from Starbucks, and then he turned around and asking people to buy the stuff for Black History Month, and somebody not black is agreeing or like treating them whatever. I seen some guy going around giving roses, but I see a lot of people posting like the fight videos, like people being hella racist and somebody they showing like. So I feel like it really just depends on like what you looking for or what's going on in Black History, um, or what you like trying to be involved in for real. Like it ain't promoted like how we out of that era where we black and suppressed. We don't want to see about that slavery shit. Back when we was growing up, it was Black History Month. It was all about like they were showing like slave movies and stuff. You go to plays and see like movies about Kunta Kinte and Ruby Bridges and um the uh the four little girls bombing and the stuff like that. Like you the Emmett Till story. Like you and then like I don't know, like we just out of that era of, settling on it. Everybody is like kind of living and proud to be black. It's Black History Month every month to us at this point because
Definitely.
we're not really just celebrating being black one month anymore. It's just like I don't know. I don't know.
If you hear every day. What I do, like my department at work, they're doing like a Black History door decorating contest. I've been trying to think like what I want to do. So what I do like is that when you go through like us in the department, you see like somebody got like a Harriet Tubman door, like different ones, and then somebody has did like a collage of like different like Black Panthers, all of that stuff. So in my office, I already had like Maya, Bob Marley, stuff like that. I was like, what if I do a Maya Angelou? That would be dope. I will win because it's a contest too. I would, I will win. So I
Mhm.
think I'm gonna think I'm gonna do it before. I might do it either between Friday and next week. I'm gonna show y'all what we come up with. But I really like it.
The school teachers do
Try to
something
do
like that. That's
Yeah,
cute.
we try to do kind of different things, but it also helps boost morale. I really did like the idea, but I do like to see certain things. And then there's maybe like some people who you never knew contributed to our history. What what I mean, what we done and things that we use and stuff like that. And there's some people that like a present to future. I mean past to future, present. So it was like really I liked it. I enjoyed it. It made you like really think, and that's another reason why I was like, this was actually cool to incorporate things like that, and then how we are embracing. I agree with you. How we are embracing our skin, and it's not looked at as like dirty. We're not the labels and stereotypes that they put on us. But another thing to go into social media, what I am starting to appreciate. I know we talked about colorism, futurism, all of those things. I'm starting to see people bring more awareness that colorism is a real thing, especially when it comes to brown and darker women of whatever race you are, you know, but predominantly like that because the first thing they say if you light up, oh, she a little spicy, especially when I'm just talking about like the woman part right here. Oh, she a little spicy. I like them with a little attitude, but when you dark, and then you might have the same type of, I'm gonna say, speaking up for yourself or whatever, get labeled as aggressive, ghetto. It's all of these negative you know, attachments to that. And I'm like, that's just not cool. But what I do like is that we're breaking down those barriers and like you can say what you want, but we are here and you starting to see the roles reversing, whereas though you're not gonna call us that, we're beautiful. We're who we are. We're embracing our skin as well as like black men too. I've been seeing like groups with like natural groups like lot groups and stuff like that. You see the celebration of each other, male and female. And I think that's beautiful. We can get like more of that. I'm like, make this shit public. You can feel what I'm saying. And it's like, how long? And then you see everybody literally, even if a person is not feeling good about themselves that day, they get hella comments of uplifting and things like that. We need that. Like, I love it. Paul.
Well, I'm sitting here listening to you talk about your design in your door at work, and I was thinking you could. I would probably think of something like a tree,
Do
and the
tell.
tree, the tree being the slaves at the root, the foundation, and out of the slavery you grow through the centuries in America,
Roots.
decades in America, and just had a tree growing up, representing every stage from the slavery back in the 1800s up to where we're at in 2026.
Yeah.
That's
So the
that
bark
they
can be like
call it the
segregation.
family tree. And you can call it the family tree
I think I get it. So like,
because
okay, so
there's so
you feel
many
like the
branches.
first would be
You
like
know,
the
there's so,
slave,
there's so many branches of the slave tree
right?
from here in America. So many branches from that slave tree. So now you can't distinguish which slave might have came from this part of Africa, this part of West Africa, that part of West Africa. Not just one big tree with many branches, and on them branches are many limbs,
Hmm.
and on many of them limbs are many twigs. But you see what I'm saying? It's just so vast that people can't comprehend. But that's what I'm saying, a tree. A real family tree, the family tree. But that's another thing. Uh
No, I like
the
that.
movie.
I really like that. That was deep though. I actually like
Oh,
that
yeah.
idea. I would have to really put my creative mind and take to make it, you know. But I think that's powerful because that's where it all stemmed from. And then I like that. I really do.
Cool. But
Oh,
now, see, I'll
Tiffany
be
said we
sure.
working on Tiffany Jones said I'm working on Black History baskets as we speak. So Tiffany, you, Wendy, Fallon, Big Bicycle Productions and his watch party. We're doing a business show next Wednesday. Support businesses. So that will be the time. I'm telling y'all, when as soon as I post it, y'all can comment your business, y'all can come up, talk about your business, and we can have one good old time. So I'll remind everybody. So I just wanted to put that out there. But shout out to you, Tiffany. I need to get with you
Some
anyway.
soap. I need to give me some soap pretty soon, too.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah,
Uh, but
that
like
on
I said, I'll be
that
sharing a
on
little bit of everything. when it comes to Black history. I be sharing up everything. I got stuff on my page from young Black youth in 1968 at those town halls talking to these white folks about how they want to hate us so much, but you want to be like us. And your lips all swelled up and your butt's all big and all that good stuff. This was back in 1968. Here we is in 2026, and it's still the same old crap. But people have shied away from really talking about Black history. They want to talk about all the good stuff. Everything in America hasn't been good for Black people. It's been an ugly ass place to Black people since they hit this damn, for the ones that was here already and for the ones that's bought here against their will. Mm-hmm. This country has never been good to the Black person.
Yeah, but that's the reason why we the way we are though, Paul. Go ahead, my bad.
The reason we the way we are is because people don't want to talk about that. They want to turn deaf ears and blind eyes to that shit. They want to act like that don't happen. When you start telling people about, hey, these motherfuckers used to beat us and shit with damn clubs and shit. We couldn't go in the damn front doors of stores. We couldn't drink out of water fountains. This was back when I was a kid, still in 1966 and 67. I mean, so for them to just want to show all the good stuff. Well, yeah, we got schools, we got this now. We had schools when it was just segregated schools because we was being taught. You had Black teachers teaching Black kids about being successful and moving on.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. Like the newer generation is they know what happened. They just not letting them hold them back. They are trying to move forward from that. So they're not going to let them keep trying to keep feeding that narrative to them. Yes, we know this happened, but this is where we are and where Black people was back then, and y'all tried to stop us from getting where we are now, and we gonna go further. And that's the goal now. You feel me? With them keep playing. Then racism kind of, wasn't put as blunt in our face as it has been over these past, how many years? The first 4, and then now another 4, and then a 4 in between. So it's 12 fucking years we've been dealing with just like outright fucking ignorance. You feel me? Like it's just towards everybody. But Black people is completely tired of it. You feel me? Not only that we feel that shit here in America, we feel that shit from other countries when shit was going down through social media, and social media beef just about us being Black, period. You feel me? So the Black community is now standing against all that. Like, no, we're not dealing with none of that. We as people, we got our cousins that's fucked up over there in the corner, but we as people not gonna keep holding on to what happened to us. We're gonna move forward and motherfucking keep growing, because if we keep holding on to that shit from the past, not neglecting from it happening, but if we keep on like how they kept feeding it to us, and we was as a people kept on feeling like we being stuck, but now we trying to get out of that. You feel me? It's all working together. It's not taking away from what happened. It's just saying that should have never happened again.
I listened to you when you said that y'all was when you said that y'all was fed roots and Amanda Bryce or Rice or whatever the other stuff was. But see, that is not what it's about. That was cinematography. That wasn't what life was about here. Even Alice Hayden basically made the shit up. Definitely, probably. I'm saying back then it wasn't about us killing each other. Back then it was about the white folks hating you and killing you and all kind of crazy if you look and do all this and kind of shit like that. It was about that. But see, they didn't push the narrative so far away from them that we got our own killing each other. The so-called gang shit and all this stuff. We got our own killing each other out here. So they done step back and they watching this. That's why I'm saying people need to remember we didn't have to deal with them shit like that. We had to deal with white people. We didn't have to deal with each other killing each other out here. We was united back there. No matter where you went back then, you was family. Wherever you went.
Yeah.
I mean, I went to Colorado. We went to Colorado. We went to Texas. Went to Huntsville, Alabama. Huntsville, Alabama was a real damn challenge in the 60s, 68, 69, and 70. It was a real damn challenge down there. But yeah, Alabama, Germany, New Jersey. I mean, traveling. And where we went, people was connected. Black people connected with each other. It wasn't no animosity or damn, I want to kill this motherfucker. They got more than what I got. Nothing like this. They wearing this kind of cut clothing and all that shit. Black people were united for real. And that's what they need to remember. I'm not talking about this shit that was on TV, the root shit. I'm talking about this shit when they showing people getting beat by the damn police out here because they wanted to speak up about shit. The shit that we got rights that we doing now, speaking up against shit. That shit wasn't just no damn TV show. That shit happened.
Yeah,
People
no.
getting assassinated, Mega Evans and all them guys and all that stuff getting assassinated, killed for speaking up for black people. And they talk about, well, we don't want to hear that. We want to move on from that. No, you need to remember that. You can still move on, but you use that to goddamn keep you moving on. Don't use that shit you see on TV. Use the shit that actually happened. And they need to know. If I'm going to try to tell you this, or somebody else around my age going to try to tell you, listen and pay attention because there's a message in what I'm trying to tell them. You got to remember where we came from in order to get where you're trying to go. And by just like glossing over everything that was ugly that happened to us here and just want to look at the good stuff, ain't going to get you where you're trying to go. Because you're still going to have a soft spot for the people that dislike you so much. And they're showing it every day now under the guise of Donald Trump. Okay, that's it for me.
No, I definitely agree. I see both sides. I definitely agree. One of the things I think I'm blessed with is I think that when you get it from firsthand, like people like you, Paul, or anybody that you know who may have lived through that. It's not to say that they, even though they lived through hardship, but it's also overcoming, and they have some powerful stories that make you think that they're blessed to be in the situation that we are today, even though we still have adversity. We're not dealing with that where we're getting the hose down, when we go outside or, you know, just certain things but they did it together. So even like with my children, when they don't, if they say something, I don't consider ignorant. I say they just don't know. So when we teach them, or if I take them around, like maybe my aunts, and they start telling about their experience, it kind of pulls them in, but they also speak about how they fought together so that certain things can happen where so we're able to do and have certain liberties that we have today, even though we still have a lot of barriers. When we still have a lot, it's just different odds and it's different ways, and they use laws instead of putting up the signs that still keep us controlled. So it's all things like that. And I do agree sometimes you do have to know your past in order to move forward, but also to see, okay, they did fight together. They didn't fight against each other, and they also went and they fought against the government to do a lot of things like together. So I think I get it, and it makes sense. See, now y'all giving me more ideas for my dog.
Don't forget, there was black Indians before there was white ones.
You know that
Don't let that go in your head.
the African American culture today was actually between books and what you see on TV, because they not literally but literally they took an error and portrayed black people in a way because they wanted black people to betray, to be shown their, to show themselves in that kind of light. And then we got movies like Foxy Brown, Shaft, and um that era movies. Now I'm wasn't born yet, but according to the older generations and shit that happened, and on the other side, on the Caucasian side, these were like, y'all can look them up because they be videos of people who study the shit about the influence on the black culture, why we got to where we are now, where people are, more so like not saying that it more don't matter what happened, because it do matter what happened. More on a thank you for showing us. Stop, keep on, not y'all. Stop, keep trying to influence us for as a scare tactic to use that against us to be afraid, because they use it, we use it for education towards one another. But the way they were portraying it to us, the reason why I use those movies, because as a elementary school kid, when they showing you people hanging and things like that, it scares you, to be young. And then you get a little older and you start to see the other movies about like the bombings, and they do have movies and documentaries about them holding y'all down, and the unfairness of a whole bunch of things that happen. I'm trying to watch what I say on here because that's all cruel for real. I don't agree with none of it.
Girl, Paul done already up us and everything out. You fine. So what you
Nah,
got
and then like for real, like growing up, like I know it's different than living like deep down in the South, but growing up in a place that played a part in the slave trade, it kind of was racist here, all the way up until I can imagine what it was like for the people that in my family was around your age, Paul. The like grew up in the 60s and stuff, because in the 90s it was still hella kind of racist, but it wasn't as racist. And I know, like, growing up, like when you grew up and it was like in your face races like today, that had to have been something totally different, because it was a point of time where it wasn't like that where I'm from. You feel me? So it's a different look on it when you look at it like, damn, it's fucked up that happened. And I'm sorry that happened. But that shit should not be happening today. It's sad that some of that shit is happening today. And that's when we do need to be standing together. And that's where I do see black people standing together. That's where I see us overcoming, like back in the day for real. That's when we are out here protesting. We are out here motherfucking riot if they have to. They was rioting back then, they was fighting back. They do the same shit here, but they put like with the media, this media, social media, everything, they put like a bad taste on everything. It seems like every time it's something black, it's worse than everything. We can't have peaceful protesting. Somebody always got to get killed. Somebody always got to get arrested. It's just now it's happening to not only black people, you feel me? Black people sitting still, sitting quiet, and let some shit happen to them. That's what I mean by we are standing on, yes, it happened, but it's not going to happen again. We're not trying to let that stuff happen again. We're not trying to let those type of things keep holding us back. We are holding on to what happened. We are listening to the stories, but you can't let those stories be the stories that define who we are, like where we trying to go, where we are going. You got to keep fighting. That's just going to hold people back. Like you can't be like, you use that anger and fucking keep moving forward. You can't keep holding it back. A lot of people stuck on that shit, and you can't be stuck because they banking on that for you to be stuck and scared and scared to do something with your fucking self. The more educated we get, the more land we buy, the more businesses we own, the more we get back close to Black Wall Street. It is scary. Look at the United States right now. It should have. It's scary to not us, to them. We as people are doing our damn thing, and I'm loving it.
No, I
Well,
agree. Because even oh, go ahead,
I
Paul.
was going to say back to those black exploitation movies you was talking about. You got to realize that came from the 60s, from the revolution of the 60s, the late 60s, from the civil rights movement and all that stuff. Then they came along with that black exploitation movies and all that shit, like you were saying, Shaft and Coffee Brown and Foxy Jones and all this shit, Cleopatra Jones and all this stuff.
Yeah.
Because that's when they start bringing them damn drugs in here, the shit that the Panthers was trying to keep out of the damn neighborhoods and shit. They start bringing them damn movies in, start bringing them fucking drugs into the communities. That's when shit started going downhill. So it was a downhill place. It was a downhill, I should say, happening set into motion back then for what's going on now.
Yeah.
Because they knew by getting them drugs in our damn communities, that was going to destroy the unity in the communities.
Can I?
Because most,
Can
of,
Yeah. And
because
drugs
most of
fucked
people,
up everybody. It wasn't just black
I?
people.
I'm sorry to
no,
cut
but
you
I'm
all off.
saying,
Oh, you had a
oh, go ahead.
question. No, there was a question. Big. I was trying to put it in without cutting y'all off because y'all was going in, and I loved every minute of it. But I don't want to forget, and I don't want us to go into something else, and then it don't make sense. So we had some great comments, but I'm gonna just get back to this one question. So Corey asked, "How can they come together?" That's not that one. Don't take that down, Rich. Put the other one.
That was Bosco.
How can we
No,
come together?
I just read the comment. I had to go up. He's putting up more recent ones. So the comment was, "How can they come together?" When y'all was talking about people coming together and what stop people from coming together, he was
Yeah,
asking at that moment, and I was trying to get it in without cutting y'all off. That's why I said it. I wanted it to make sense. But y'all was talking about like us coming together and how separated we got when you was like, now we're like against each other, killing each other, where at one point we were united. That's when he put that comment up. So I wanted to try to get you, that was for you.
I didn't hear
Not
nothing you said. I'm still trying to read the comments down there.
trying to
What were you
read the
saying?
comment. I just read you the question. He just asked, how can they come together? Stop trying to look at the comments and you can't see. That.
How can they come together? For one thing, they're gonna have to stop hating each other and dig down. I don't know how they're gonna get there, but they need to dig down and find out where such hatred came from of each other. The hatred that drives you to want to kill somebody, to take their life, that don't give a damn about life. Where did that hatred come from? That's where you gotta begin because you can't gloss over people getting together and uniting. Not even on the most common basis. I have seen that doesn't even work because people don't be sincere. So in order for that to happen with everybody coming back together, you gotta be sincere with each other. People gotta say, well, damn, why do I hate this person so much? What did this person do to me? They shot somebody that I knew. They killed somebody I knew, but we killed somebody they knew. Well, where did it start at? Why did it start? Yet nobody's wanting to get down that deep in it because that means you gotta say, well, damn, why? You gotta ask yourself, why have I been doing this? Why am I willing to kill my own kin people out here because they don't stand for what I stand for over here, whatever? I mean, you got people that relate to each other. They don't care. They don't. Some of them don't care. Some of them don't know. I mean, it's just sad. My thing is, I know I done got. Like I said, I done lived through so much and seen so much. And if I could get a room full of these guys that got this killing each other mentality, somewhere where they all could just talk, the ones that's pushing all the violence against each other, get them all together and just talk. And y'all talk. Don't nobody got no weapons. You want to get in there and throw some hands? We let you throw hands, and we sit down and we still talk. But we ain't gonna be in there killing each other. We're gonna be in there trying to learn how to live with each other. Because we got enough people out here wanting to kill us now. These people out here, the more this man shows his interest, the more they show theirs right along with him. And it's not just against the Puerto Ricans. It's not just against the Hispanics. It's always been against us. And so we should never forget that because we're not off the radar. Like I said, it was big issues made out of God rest their soul, the two white folks that was killed in Minnesota, but nothing was said about the brother that was killed before them. So I'm saying people better keep their eyes open. But that was my thing about trying to get them all together, my man.
No, Paul. Remember when I had said something about the brother, and everybody made the point that he was outside shooting the gun on New Year. So I guess the delegation of the African American community felt as though, you know, he should not have been outside. But I did say something about that man.
Yeah, you did.
Think about it, and a couple people were saying like, well, he was shooting a gun. Well, I didn't think that did he shoot somebody? He should
No.
just got arrested, in my opinion. I think it's taught behavior. The us fighting each other. It's a different what is it like a branch of war amongst humanity. So it's a taught behavior passed down over time from Cain and Abel, the brothers, the first
Talk
murder.
about it.
Listen, for real, because it's a taught behavior. We wouldn't
Agree,
even, because that was the first, ever murder. But humans have been committing acts of violence towards each other since the beginning of time, since that first act. So it's a human nature, but it was taught. The hate within it was taught, and it's not only, which I agree, we only should be worrying about minding our own damn business. So I can't speak on everybody, but it's a taught behavior, and it's a behavior that I can't say we adapted it from somebody else, because it's a human, nature. We were taught though through that slavery act to hate, each other, hate the darker skin, the house slave versus the field slave type of situation, the bucking with the men, and what is it, stuff like that, y'all know what it is, the hanging, everything. It was taught, the hate. And when we got out of that, because what I learned on some research, one of them daggone thingies that I be looking, whatever. But some of the free slaves, when they sent them back to Africa, I forgot which part it was, they kind of, adapted to some of them American colonized ways, then it end up, destroying that part of the country. Well, that country for real, and the continent, whatever. But anyway, it's taught. We was all taught that, and we've adapted to hate each other, because slavery was built off of hate and separation and divide, and that type of mindset has been taught generation to generation to generation, and it is now starting to, first it was like kind of brushed under the table, it was like that cousin that you don't talk about, they got like some stuff going on with them, but now it's been bam out the closet. Everybody know that racism is like right there. The person next to you can be racist, and they can be loud and proud about it. Racism could be a black thing, a white thing, a Hispanic thing. It could be anybody now at this point. It don't even matter. You feel me? And it's taught. The question was how to fix it, right? They got one.
No,
They got
he
one.
said Paul answered it like that. He was like that. He said, "I like that."
Yeah.
Like
But what
I
I
definitely.
don't know. I don't know what slave they sent back to Africa, because once they got the last slave ship over here, according to Black
I ain't
history
mean to
from
say
down
I ain't mean to say slaves, not slaves, but the free people years later.
there. Okay, well, they still wouldn't know nothing, because from what I learned about the Black history down in Charleston, South Carolina, in that area down through there, they closed that passageway off once they got that last slave ship from over that way in West Africa. Down here, that was it. Wasn't no get back for nobody to have no connection. Everything was severed. This shit is still history right down in that little area down there, Charleston, South Carolina, them little towns down through there. But yeah, they made it official where the slaves, the last people they brought over here that was in slavery, had no connection to anything back there in Africa. Nothing whatsoever. So everything that came after them on this side of that passage knows nothing about. Nothing on that side of the passage. Nothing about Africa. West Africa, none of that.
No.
I mean, no, I'm not saying that. I'm just saying you might have people, you still have people that was living down there that could pass on the stories and keep it around for generations and generations. And hopefully the generations kept it alive. And some people still have it alive. Thank God for that. But I'm saying they made sure that there was no way for people to get back. That's what I'm saying. Not that you were saying anything. I'm saying they made it, there no way for people to get back. They officially cut the ties of the African people from their homeland. Everything they ever knew and taught was gone. And that's when they start teaching them this bullshit over here. Indoctrinating them with this bullshit over here. And they indoctrinate them with bullshit to keep them in fear. As you said, to keep them in fear. They use this bullshit to keep them in fear. Because they knew these people ain't got nowhere to go. We gonna control them with fear. They gonna respect us. They gonna slave for us. We gonna treat them as our property. And we gonna use this good old book over here to keep them in line. I mean, I have nothing against the Bible. My issue is with the way that people use the Bible. They use it when it's beneficial to them. They use it in a way that's beneficial to them.
That whole part. Yes. I'm sorry, but yes. Thank you. Yes. Yes.
And I'm saying these people were taught to fear with this book, State of Line for Fear. Because, I mean, for a long time, they fought back, believe me. You can believe they fought back because there's a lot of graves out in the hollows where kids and buried people. Because the kids were too young to go out and work in the fields and shit. So they had the kids bury the dead people at night in the hollows where they unmarked graves and shit. But anyhow, these people used their Bible to control the slaves. The slaves grew and grew and grew until they finally, I guess, learned how to read, and they started getting more of the stuff. And the more they learned how to read, then the more that the book was adjusted to accommodate them, to make them feel like, hey, forget about this being right here that happened before. With this part of the book, we're going to take you into this other part of the book. Now we're going to live like this here. You see what I'm saying? We're going to take you from the Old Testament, where we treat y'all like shit. We're going to take you into the New Testament, where you're going to turn the other cheek. And people still got that same mentality, not realizing where it came from. I mean, it's all right to accept people for who they are, because that's what I do. I accept people for who they are. But when I run into people that try to treat people like they less than them, I don't give a damn if you white, black, Hispanic, Native. I don't give a damn. If you're going to be disrespectful of me or my people, and I hear you be disrespectful, I'm going to give you what you give us. I don't feel nothing, especially for no other man. I mean, we here for a time and then we gone. But people are still enslaved. They don't realize it, and they don't realize why they're enslaved. When you are afraid to speak what you actually feel, you are enslaved, because your mind is keeping you from opening your mouth. And I'm never gonna be that. Not for these people. We done went through too much hell over in this country. I'm saying, I keep telling y'all, we done went through a whole lot of hell. Before y'all was born, we went through a whole lot of hell in this country. People gotta realize that. This shit didn't happen.
Wendy.
This shit didn't happen way back then where can't nobody tell you about it. This shit happened. I seen this shit. We went through a whole lot of hell in this country. That's just from what I seen. So just imagine what the people had to go through before that. These people bombed the damn neighborhood in Philadelphia. That wasn't way back in slavery. They bombed the damn neighborhood up there in Philadelphia. What was it, 1984, somewhere around there? A black community up there, people just living and doing their own damn thing. They done bombed the damn neighborhood.
Yeah, what was the Birmingham Street bombing? The school with the 4 little girls in it? They had
That was in the 60s. Yeah, but I'm talking about 1984. The government bombed the damn black neighborhood up there in Philadelphia.
I remember hearing about it. I was young though. I ain't really understand what was going on, but I remember hearing like my grandparents.
So, I tell you, this shit didn't happen way back in slavery time. And this ain't ancient history when these people was... Y'all gotta realize, they knew the best way to create division amongst the black community was to use drugs into our communities. Drugs create hatred for each other. Greed. Okay, I think we got. I think I got away from the topic there, but
Stop doing that. You always stop when you get everybody invested and we into it because
There
you
you go.
right. Keep going. Don't stop. Look, it's Black History Month. You giving us a history lesson. Continue. You. I know. Okay, I'm gonna tell you to continue. But want me to tell you why I'm gonna tell you to continue? Let me read the comments on what you got so far. Since you can't see it, you want to hear it? Cause they all for you. You want to
I
hear them?
mean, whatever y'all. I mean, I don't want to just be talking alone. I want to hear what y'all say so I can respond to what y'all say. So I can take you back to where how things got to where it's at now with y'all. Because that's what people don't realize. There's a connection. Because, like I said, I lost my dad when I was 4. Then my mom got killed by the time I was 11, before I was 11. So basically, I grew up without parents. I had to grow up a different kind of life. And I mean, I just seen a whole lot of life
See,
change.
and you know
And
me,
that's
Paul. I grew up during that time where black people were moving into white neighborhoods. So, all right, so that's where I come in. I come into uh black families. Our grandfathers were coming out of like the military, coming back from like I don't even remember what war my grandfather fought, but anyway, because he died young. Because a lot of them died young. A lot of them.
was it Gulf
Um,
or Vietnam?
Probably Vietnam. To be honest,
Vietnam.
I don't. I
That's when my
think I
father and my
think so.
older uncles were in.
I
Yeah,
think it was
Vietnam.
probably Vietnam. I'm gonna find out and I'll tell y'all next time. But the we were newly black families moving into white neighborhoods, and I told you that in the '90s we still had white only areas in the neighborhoods that I was moving into. My parents bowled on the bowling leagues, so we were on bowling leagues, like family bowling leagues, and we would go out to these predominantly white areas because we did live in a decent neighborhood, and it was like certain still white only spots. That's why people be like Maryland is the North. It's not. It's racist as hell still here in the '90s, but it was just a different level in my opinion. Than as I talked to people, it's like from like when we used to go visit like our cousins and them down like in like the Carolinas, we was told to do different shit than when we was up here in Baltimore. But my grandmother used to there used to be a older white couple across the street. He used to call us the N word. My grandmother used to call him the C word. And they used to be yelling at each other across the street. Like they used to see stuff like that, but it wasn't nothing like what y'all, went through growing up at all. I didn't start going through that stuff until I got older. I was an adult when I actually, in my opinion, dealt with my first um um like personal encounter with racism was when I worked on that damn Obama campaign. People was calling us the N-word left and right, sicking Doug's on us, calling us broke. We was like working that campaign was very dangerous being a black person. But it was also a time in my life where if I didn't appreciate being black, I most definitely came out of that appreciating being black because I got to see black people stand together. I did get to experience that, like seeing like young kids wishing they could vote. I remember going through that when we was kids. And they used to do the mock voting and all that stuff. We used to look forward to stuff like that. Like I did grow up in a different time where racism probably was like I know it was there, but it wasn't like as out there. It was when I was a kid, but as I got older, like kind of white people everywhere. When it came to drugs, I can show you some white neighborhoods with a whole bunch of people. We got places out here that's dedicated just to them, but now everybody's so mixed now, so it's like a norm. And then I guess it also really depends on like where you live because meeting as like a couple years ago when I was meeting people from out of state and I realized like I was really like meeting a lot of people from like the deeper south and I feel like growing up here closer to the north, we are raised like a little different. And things did happen, different way back then than it did here, but it was definitely still hella racist here in the '90s. So I'm not blind to that. It's just that the narrative they was pushing to us was like Roots and Rosewood and stuff like that. Like they show that to us like all the time. It's like we got the whole Black Wax Museum here. Like they really like
they try to penetrate
yeah,
that image so that that's all you remember.
Yeah, they put it on us like it became after a while became like it's a sad thing. Like, and you don't want to keep, you know, I don't know.
I think I come in the middle. Because coming up, I was born. I saw the unity of the togetherness, and I think they were just coming out of like segregation and things like that. I saw what community looked like in our neighborhoods, and this is in the heart of West Baltimore. It don't even look the same no more. I saw when we had like the corner stores that now the Indians and the Asians have. That was us. I remember you could go to the store and your aunts, uncles, grandparents to give you the letter, and even if you ain't have it right then, they give it to you on the arm and you bring it. You know what I'm saying? It was like everybody looked out for each other. We fought together. We did all that. I mean, it was back in the day. My uncle used to run me up the street all the time, go get my cigarettes because they had the little machine, and they be like, "Who you getting it for?" You know, yeah, you already know, and you could, and it was like no problem. Everybody looked out for each other. I couldn't do nothing, and if nobody would be like, do it and watch me tell your mother, watch me tell your grandmother. And by the time I got in the house, I was already in trouble. They knew what I did. It was community. Everybody looked out for each other. So I saw what that looked like. I saw how it was to have family businesses within your neighborhood and how that supported the neighborhood. I saw how people were banding together with the kids who were walking to school, who were doing that. And, you know, kids was playing and you didn't have to worry about somebody trying to snatch your kid up. Your kid could go outside and they were safe. I saw that. And I also saw as I got older how the drugs started coming in. They started shutting down stuff. They started the recreation center started changing. The library started changing. The environment started changing. So where those stores were, now you have the liquor store. Now you might got a church, but then the liquor store was next to the church. So you know what I'm saying? So it was like a lot going on. I started to see how it changed. And then it was like it was the coke, you know, cocaine was all through the 60s, 70s, all that. Then when crack came, that was it. I'm gonna tell you, crack was they knew what they was doing when they put crack in there. Because when you got the crack, that's when everybody thought they were seeing money, 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 and how New Jack City was. That's how it was when crack hit the streets. It with the alcohol and everything else, that was it. And then that's when you started really seeing a lot of gunplay because then the greed of the making money and all of this stuff started taking over. And then you started to see more and more. You start getting more liquor stores. School started being bad, you know, then you know people started looking up to the drug dealers because they was shining, you know what I mean? It was so I saw that transition. So when I say I know what community can do and what it looks like because we had that, and I think those are the images that I like to push is when we were like close knit and together and we was doing something. We was keeping our money in our neighborhoods. You was looking out for your neighbor even if they fell on, you know, hard times or whatever like that. It wasn't like you making a mockery of it. You posting somebody hardships. If the internet was around back in the day, these images would be more positive. I just hate how and it ain't even just us. Everybody do it. You know, for clicks and views, you'll show somebody at their lowest to go viral.
Yeah.
So I saw that before. I saw what life was like before the internet. When the internet came, you know, and then all of that. So even when I go through my own, like where I grew up at, it don't even exist no more because it got torn down. It still don't look the same. Like West Baltimore, North Avenue, none of that looks the same. But that's my little spiel.
That's what they did. Because here in Asheville, there were black communities. You had your East End, you had your South Side, West Asheville, Mumford, North Side. And then when they came with that damn urban removal, they got rid of people out of their houses instead of renovating people's houses. They didn't basically out of their houses into the apartments. That's how you come about with the projects. They ran people out of their houses because they tricked them out of their property. Right downtown, it was East End. East End was a black community that sit right up on the hill with the best view of Asheville you ever want to really see. And it was within walking distance of downtown Asheville because, I mean, I guess during the 18 and 1900s, and they wanted to keep the black people close to where they'd be able to get to work in town. So the black people right here in damn downtown, they could walk right here to town. Best view. South side, all that pretty property down there along the river, all the way what they call the River Arts District now, all that down through there, all the way up into Erskine, Walton, all up through there. That was the south side. And you had Mumford, which is all of a sudden a historical district here now. But you had that because you had Stumptown over there. And like I said, West Asheville. And what they did, they got rid of all these people, all these black people in these communities and put them into the projects. And ever since they done that, it has been really hard for black people to get homes in Asheville because they done made the prices on everything go up so damn high now. I mean, homes in the communities where we grew up at, it's hard, damn near impossible for you to get a home in the community now. Like Mumford, they didn't turn that into a bed and breakfast damn destination for people. When I was a kid, we used to be all over Mumford Avenue doing all kind of crazy shit all over there. From Mumford to Hillcrest and all the way down to Klondike. Now you go there, you don't see them but a bunch of damn white people lollygagging all over the damn place. They dogs and shit. They don't realize they got the damn little restaurant right at the damn corner right here with a cab driver, the cab stand owner, Mr. Miller got killed at in the damn cab stand. Y'all done turned into a little restaurant right here. Cool. But that's still history for people that know about that area there. You didn't turn the damn church into another little restaurant down here at the corner, down here at the red light, West Chestnut. We used to be at that church all the time, sitting up there on the doggone concrete steps getting high, chilling. I mean, and then Lee Walker Heights. Lee Walker Heights. I've known a lot of people that lived in Lee Walker Heights back in the days. And them places were built with a whole lot of asbestos in the doggone ceilings and in the floors. And through the years, I've noticed a whole lot of people dying from cancer that lived in Lee Walker Heights. And you know that asbestos don't hit you all of a sudden. It can wait 20, 30 years before it get to you, wherever, and kill you with cancer. I just hope a lot of my people that lived in Lee Walker Heights get tested. But yeah, these people, man, these people are full of trickery. They took all that from the black community here now. Like I said, now they don't want you getting no houses here. They want you on no house. Lord forbid you on the city council, you own a house here and a house in another state. And they're going to think you done broke the law, that you shouldn't even have one house. They want to keep black people in poverty. Because they know by keeping black people from up here, getting up here and getting themselves established downtown for one thing, with business downtown when all this money is coming in here. They keeping the black people in poverty because, hey, y'all got your food trucks, but y'all can't come downtown setting them up. So that's not doing no good for them to have the food trucks if y'all having events downtown where they can't come and make no money. Then you make the buildings so damn high where they can't come down here to afford to get one to open up a damn business downtown. Got all these damn empty buildings around here downtown now because for one thing, they price too damn high. And then every damn thing down here is the same damn thing. Little near-weed shops, damn breweries, damn little quaint little restaurants where you're going to eat cauliflower and whatever the hell not shit. Cauliflower guacamole or some bullshit like that. But yeah. That's why. That's why I go up here to the city council. I couldn't make the little meet and greet thing today because I just couldn't feel it. But city council, I go up there. I got to go up there because somebody got to keep saying, let these people know. Y'all think y'all gonna come in with this shit every damn time it's election time? Come up in here like y'all doing something. Y'all ain't done nothing for 4 years for people. Now all of a sudden it's election time. Or we getting this done. We getting that done. No, y'all starting out in the fucking hole. 30 million in the hole already. And then the first thing you talking about is taxes. They ain't been taxing everybody for the last 10 years. So yeah. And then you want the black people come up here and get no business, no money. I told y'all what they did with the Juneteenth up here. They just took that and turned into a hillbilly drinking beer event.
Oh, they did that all over the world. I think it was up here. I don't know. I think y'all was up here when we could remember when at first it was Juneteenth, not a real holiday. This is and third. When we embraced it and people was it around like was it during like COVID? Don't quote me. But I remember when everybody started getting creative and making shirts and making all of this stuff, and when people started making Juneteenth gear, and we were supporting our own who was making the gear, like, oh, let me get a shirt, and we would wear it for Juneteenth. When they saw how much money was being made amongst the black people, who were celebrating Juneteenth, and instead of celebrating July 4th, we was like, fuck that, we gonna have our own holiday, and we did Juneteenth. That next year, that's when all of a sudden you start seeing Juneteenth shirts in Walmart. You start seeing them on Amazon. You start seeing now all of a sudden the companies are like, well, if you gonna we just gonna close down or let people go early on Juneteenth because everybody was starting to take their PTO time for Juneteenth. So of course they were going to colonize it. I mean, is that no capitalize it? I ain't say colonize. That's the right word. That wasn't
They
it.
colonized it
Capitalism.
too. They colonized it with the white folks.
Yeah,
That's the
and
same
you
thing.
know, and be capitalist about it because they wanted to make money. And then so now you can pretty much get a Juneteenth shirt everywhere. But now because you can get it everywhere, most people won't go to the person within their community that's maybe making the shirts instead of keeping it there. So any way for us to spend outside of us. And everybody adapted that. When they saw how it was, it became now all of a sudden it's like this thing. They want to make it this holiday so that they can benefit from it. And everything is about the I saw this post and it was so powerful. It was about I don't even know if it was real, but if it was fake, it was great. So the lady was saying how she had an experience in the store being followed around a store that she shopped in for the longest time for like years. So there's one particular day she was going in like she normally do. She was followed around the store. It made her feel really really uncomfortable. So she was going to purchase something, but she ended up not purchasing anything, and she left a review, which is something she says she never does. And she told about her experience, how it made her feel like she was being watched, like as stereotyped. So instead of them saying that, saying taking accountability for how she felt as a return, as long existing customer, they said something like, "Well, they teach their staff to be very attentive to their customers." Like very attentive. That's not very attentive. You pretty much stereotype me and you would follow me around like if I'm a thief. You feel me? So she started talking about that experience made her feel some type of way. So and they did a comparison. I think she put it in like a group or whatever. So somebody else broke it down how much money black people spend in this country. And people get rich off of our dollar. And so I can't remember the number, so don't quote me. But anyway, the same person gave her a list of black owned businesses. Where you can, instead of buying this product, which is already overpriced, because we're the most who we spend the most in this country, but every other race but us spend within, but we make everybody else rich. So in turn, she started spending and getting certain things instead of buying it from maybe like a Walmart or something like that. She found black owned businesses. I gotta find it because it was a nice long list for different things that we normally would purchase. So instead of spending $2,500 on Chanel, shout out to me, so on Chanel or Louis Vuitton or something like that, you spending $2,500 there when you can just probably spend a couple $100 on a Black-owned business and keep that dollar and network with them. So I think that kind of starts with that. And we really need to get back into supporting businesses within our communities, or even if it's not somebody in your community, it could be somebody else like a Wendy or like a Tiffany, you know what I mean, or something like that. So instead of going to this place, go there and bring the Black dollar back to us, because we spend a lot of money in this country.
Yeah, well, few things gotta happen. One,
I'm with you.
one, the Black businesses gotta work on their customer service, because those Black business, not all, you do have some really good people out there running Black business, but the problem is Black people go to Black business and then the Black business don't hold up to the Black standard. Because see, we want the same service at the Black business that we want, that we get when we go everywhere else. Because that's the reason why we're going there. We're spending extra money to go there. But not only because it costs us more to do certain things. I understand that, because life is made harder for us to do these things. We get there and then you want us to pay all this money for the service and you lack at it. We will wow anybody else out. And it'd be the gall for y'all to just expect us to accept that. I see all types of situations today with the recording everybody with the goddamn cameras. You seeing these girls going and putting deposits down on hair service and getting the hair snatched out. People trying to get over on the braiders. Some of the braiders getting over on people. When it comes to haircuts, these barbers, it's like going to the hair salon. It costs just as much for y'all to go get your hair cut as it costs for a woman to go get her hair done. But the customer service and for a lot of these people, the customer complaints is just, it make you go somewhere else. So I blame our community for everybody not necessarily wanting to support. And I'm not saying that the other businesses do it better, because sometimes they have their shit with them too. But for the most part, we completely stop going to us when we start doing shit wrong. We will stop supporting our own fashion and we'll stop. I think the last boycott I seen was us boycotting Target. But that took a while. And people probably still go there, but you still won't go to JJ to go get some shirts because he messed up one of your orders. Like, y'all hold that shit to the grave when it comes to your own people, for real. And you don't want to pay. You feel so because we Black, it's supposed to be cheaper because we Black, but you will go and spend full money somewhere else. It's like, between the customer service and the customer expectation, as a community, we got to work together to build what we trying to do. And when people are trying to do that, the community trash them and do their best to try to get them canceled and shut down. Like, it's a give and take. We got to work together for real on that. That's all I got to say about it.
But thank God around here that we got small Black businesses with great personality people. The thing is, I'm just saying, down here, they are on the outskirts of town. For the few small businesses that we got that's in buildings, they're on the outskirts of town. They're not downtown where the money's coming. When people get down here downtown and get into them hotels and all that stuff, they want to find nice little places downtown, walking distance. They don't want to go, well, I want to come from downtown, go way out Tunnel Road to get a haircut. Or I don't want to go way out Patton Avenue to get my hair done. You know, you might have one spot that's still up on the block that does hair, but that's that one spot. But we don't have no Black restaurants downtown. But damn, I seen people come through there and say, well, where can I go to a Black restaurant around here and get some soul food? And I had to tell them, we ain't got no soul food place downtown, which we don't.
Now that's crazy.
We don't have a single Black soul food owned place that's downtown. The guy, the food critic, I thought trying to be funny because he said something about critiquing. He said, I critique Black restaurants all throughout downtown. And I said, no, you don't. I said, because we don't have no black restaurants downtown. Because you went to Sisters on Mumford. I said, that's not downtown. Mumford is down there in Mumford. So Good Hot Fish is right on the edge of downtown. It's not downtown. And it's basically all they serve basically is fish. Then you're going to talk about Jose's Haywood Grill and Bar. That's out on Haywood Road. That's not nowhere near downtown. And then everything else basically you got is food trucks. So no, we don't have no black business downtown. No accessory black shops. Nothing. No black business downtown. Once they ran the black people off the block down here, they made sure that black people wasn't back downtown no more making that money. Like you say, everywhere black folks go to make money, here they come. Want to take over, move in. Black people got paid up on that block with the little restaurants, the little barber shop, the hairdresser, the cab stands. That was an economic center. They got rid of that downtown. And once they did that, they have not allowed black people to get no business that downtown since. Don't want us to have none of that money. And people don't realize that hey, well, I got a food truck. I got my sisters. No, you should have a damn business downtown. These people owe you. These people owe you.
I just wanted to respond to one comment. Well, some great ones. JB said they shut black restaurants down, but won't shut down the Chinese. Like they pay to stay open. Here in Baltimore, especially downtown, they shutting down a lot of Chinese restaurants. No, especially by where I work at, it's hardly none of them open.
In Baltimore, they shut down everything leaving.
Every
Everything is leaving. There's
Yeah.
nothing here.
Shout out to Wendy. So for those that don't know, I'm trying to get Wendy to come up. Miss Lotus herself. She said I try to make quality products. I try to make good quality products and good turnaround time on orders. But my own people will complain about my prices, but go to Walmart or to the Asian beauty supply stores and buy other products that are probably more expensive and chemical filled. I will say I can vouch for this for Wendy. My purchase came fast, and she shipped to me. I felt like the prices were very reasonable for something that's handmade. The shipping price was great. The customer service was great. The whole interaction, I absolutely love the product. I've even told like my colleagues to show them the website. And I also think when we do have businesses such as like Wendy's business, that word of mouth, and we gotta spread it, especially like people. A lot of us, especially in the community, because I know one of the things that I liked about Wendy, especially like her hair oil, it wasn't like heavy. It smelled great. It was good. I like how it made my hair feel and things like that. Then when you see other, like, I can only speak for women right now. That's who I've engaged with about her products. Women who may be experiencing like hair shedding and things like that, and more looking for a more natural product, is certain things is better for us when it's made by us because we know what we need. You know what I mean? And even if it's not for you, somebody may make something a little different that's designed for you. But I also think, and we can go more into it next Wednesday during the business show. Shout out to y'all. So if y'all listening, watching, please come up, comment, do whatever during the show so we can make each other great. So I think comments like this to know where the issues are and how we can resolve them, like not just talk about the issues, but also come up with some solutions and how to band together. You guys can kind of network together to see what works. And I think we also need to get out of the mentality of competition is not always bad, but that don't mean you got to tear each other down or you can't give somebody some nooks and crannies so that they can flourish. We can all flourish together and be great. And I think that's the important piece also too. But we can go more into it then. But I definitely stand by and I support Wendy products, especially because I've had them firsthand.
Yeah, she has wonderful products,
Her
and she's
and
great.
so
And she's great in person as well.
The ones who I know support the show: Wendy, Tiffany, well, it's
Mhm.
two Tiffany's, Tiffany Giles, Tiffany McKnight. What's his name? The Black Struggle, because I had his shirt. I'm aware.
Knowledge.
Sweet. Yeah,
Knowledge.
yeah, I'm gonna wear his shirt. Um, it's somebody I'm leaving out. Oh my god, I'm so mad. I wore something from somebody else. Oh my gosh, I'm so mad. I'm gonna remember, I gotta go up and look at the stuff that I had come in, and because I try my best. I can't do a whole lot of times, but I try to support everybody. But yeah, shout out to y'all. Thank y'all. Oh, thank you, Bosco, for making the intro video and also music and also the watch party and trying to get this good sponsor for me. So love you for that. Shout out to you. So anybody that support me, I definitely love to support. Even if you don't support me, I'm gonna still support. I ain't no hater. I think I want to see everybody win. Don't chuckle because you know how I go. Some people won't support you because you. But
That's the way of the world.
I like that. If you're trying to win and you're trying to be great and you got good stuff and good quality, and I know you about your business, I want to see you win. I'm gonna tell somebody about your business. I don't care what it is, because we gotta spread it for people to grow, and don't always just look for your local community. Try to spread. So especially when people ship, oh, I'm all for it. By the way, I'll be painting again, so look out for y'all stuff. I'm gonna ship those too.
Mm.
What? All right. Now back to y'all. Go back to y'all regular programming. I
What's
don't
the
even
topic?
want other topics because I feel like it ain't gonna make sense now. It's gonna be like, how do you go from that to that?
I mean, because we still talking about Black History, though, right? I mean, it's
No,
Black History Month. What
no,
we
it
talking
was
about?
supposed to have been 1 hour or something, but it kind of went over. I really like how this flowed though, because I feel like it was impactful, especially like I think both of you guys did great. Y'all know I get nervous and I be stuttering and everything, but I think both of y'all had like powerful deliveries, powerful messages, and I think it was more so needed than what else was on the topic, because it was pretty much like what's going on that's deteriorating us from where this conversation went. And I feel like this message is what we do. This is the purpose of this platform, the purpose of this show is to not only just to highlight us, and we are stronger together. So I think when, like you said, we need to have these conversations. We need to put certain things out there where so people can acknowledge it. And I think these are the conversations that people consider as boring or because a lot of us think, oh, they have been conditioned to think that uh, I don't go through that. Or people think because you got this particular job or you live in this type of way that you made it. When no, you only make it as much as you can. I mean, look at the ditties. They're gonna find a way to take it from you. You get what I mean? Like, so it's just I just I mean
They've been doing it like that all day.
I'm just saying when you reach a certain level of success as a person of color, it's something that happens, and then a lot of us think that we're not the community or you're not a part of the community until you get humbled by a situation that reminds you, yes, you are. So a lot of people don't like to have these conversations because it's like you're forced to look in the mirror and face
You,
the whole reality of something.
I don't understand that. How do you not, for the life of me, how do you not know you black? I mean, in fact, I can understand like you feeling as though you are not a part of a certain part of, but how do you not know you black? Like,
There are some
like how
people
do you
think
how do you think you not that you are excluded? I just don't. I
until
don't get
you get
that.
reminded that yes, this you are a part of those people who you look down on, and that's the one thing I hate. And so when we do have these conversations, like, but when you want to talk about something else, or like a Natalie Nunn or somebody like that, oh, you want to have those conversations. But when it's about uplifting and growing, together or within, or like Paul said and like Drew said, the unity of it all. That's a boring conversation, or people don't want to have those conversations because everybody is out for self branding. You got to prioritize yourself, but at the same time, you can't do it always by yourself. And especially if you're trying to go certain, most of these other cultures and these other what they do, you see Asians keep it amongst themselves. They bring each other up. The Africans when they come over here, they they be on it too, but they network within. They pour into each other, but we pour outside of us and into everybody else but each other. And and we quick to look and highlight somebody's downfall. It's like people look forward to seeing you fail and don't want to see you win. I never want to be that person. I don't even care who nobody is. I don't never want to see nobody win. I don't care if you don't like me, don't do whatever. I wish you the best. I hope you win, especially if you look like me.
You got that right. You got that right. That's why we're hoping that we can have more than one event for our people to come together and make money downtown. Because like I said, they don't want nobody downtown black doing nothing as far as when the tourists are making money. If we can have more than one event down there, that'd be good. We got the one event coming up again in October for the Lovely Asheville Fall Festival for 2 days, but we can have something else before then or something else. Cause like I said, they took Juneteenth, so fuck that. Y'all done fucked it up. We don't even want to be involved with it. I mean, that's the facts. Cause see, people don't realize we had Juneteenth going on down here before anybody even got on the map about thinking about Juneteenth. Over in Hillcrest, they've been having Juneteenth over there since about 2000. Let me see, 12, 13, somewhere around there. They've been having Juneteenth over there, and then got together and they brought it downtown. Well, not downtown, but down to Martin Luther King Jr. Park. And the white folks seen in that next year, they wanted to bring it downtown, so we came downtown. That's when they made a national holiday or something. Biden and them made a national holiday. It came downtown. Then the next year, they didn't trick us out and turned over to somebody else to run the damn thing. Because they seen how much money we had, all the people together, all them black people down there making money. I mean, hey, we allow white people to come down there and give out information. If you were a non-profit group and nothing like that. But as far as vendors, wasn't them black people vending. That was a day for black people to get paid.
See, we had an ad frame though. The ad frame, the artscape kind of like for everybody. But we be having events and I'm about to say, see, I don't know, I guess just culturally different is different here. Because we have that. And of course we have like the other people, but black people always doing something here. We always having something, and then we have events that's just catered like we and Martin Luther King Day. We have a whole damn parade. It don't even matter if it's cold or not. Only time it's just got if it's like storm or something like that. We always having something here when it comes to them. It's black restaurants.
Yes.
It's some good black restaurants. It's some horrible black restaurants. You can get Southern food. You can get Maryland style food. You can get Cajun. We probably got Blasian. I'm telling you, we got a little bit of everything. We got Mexican. We got Blaxican.
Italian.
We got Italian.
You got African.
Yeah, we got. And I'm pretty sure, like, and I get what you're saying though, because we got the food trucks, but we got like the eating spots too. But lately, I've noticed that a lot of them eating spots, it seems like since COVID, a lot of that stuff has changed. But in my opinion, the restaurant industry has gone down the hill. Like you gotta really go into like some high-end spot. Like you can't just like go to like a typical place because I don't know if it's just me or the time I be choosing to go, but the restaurants just don't be up to the hygiene standard that I feel as though it should be. Mm-hmm. And the food don't be necessarily always worth the money. I like the experience, like because like it's getting out and doing something. You don't have to cook, but for the most part, I do enjoy when I go places and the shit is nice, especially when it's a black owned. I will try some black owned shit.
Right. We got some nice.
I don't know.
Like I
Yeah.
said, we sisters. The spot on Mumford. It's a nice spot, but there's not a restaurant spot where you can just go in and sit down and eat. You really got to go in there, order your food, get your food, and then you go. It's not a restaurant setting. They should have a building downtown. Back in the days when the block was open, they mom, Rhonda's mom, Kiara's grandma, they had a spot up on the block cooking, serving some good ass damn soul food up there. And called the Ritz. And they put it on the Ritz. But yeah. And then, like I'm saying, we got food trucks. The food truck people on the food truck now, they get down too. I'm saying, but they not downtown. They get on maybe on Haywood Road, a park here somewhere like that, parts a work part somewhere out there, but nothing downtown because they don't want y'all coming here taking this money.
Yeah, but see, the rent too goddamn high, man. Everywhere.
Yeah. And see,
I like that
they
the food truck
can't afford the building.
but it just be so crowded because of the. I think they should probably space it out more. But next time we go, you might have to go early.
These summer guns got a concert going on with a guy called Billy Strings. I never heard of the guy, but now he's got 4 sold out shows going on here.
Mm-hmm.
It was last night and tonight. They're gonna skip Thursday night, then Friday and Saturday night. They had something that I've been trying to get people to do up here, let us do across the street at the doggone big lot across there. They had their tent set up, vending stuff and all that stuff before the concert started yesterday and again today.
Mm-hmm.
So damn, I said, there's a whole lot of time that lot sits empty over there. Maybe we can get the damn lot and have vendors come to ourselves and don't have to pay nothing. They can come there and make money since nothing's going on. And I'd be damn, they ain't saw that somebody else damn do shit.
I gotta coordinate a visit down there. I do, so I can come see y'all.
Yeah, it's a
Try to
lot.
make that. I might come there for my birthday or something. With y'all.
We want to have a Pisces party, so Jude got to come.
I know, ain't no Pisces party.
I almost definitely listen. Well, you know I'm coming out. We definitely gonna have a good time. Listen, we'll show it off. You know what? I'm gonna make sure I make us some Pisces shirts. You gotta tell me your t-shirt size. I'm gonna hook it up. Watch. Yeah.
Probably extra large. I ain't careful, but right now I'm large. But I probably mess around and be extra large where I be eating.
I know. What size jean jacket you wear? I probably can make a jean jacket too. Let me see. I might hook some shit up.
Can I get you talk about this white woman right quick? Can I get y'all talk about this white woman right quick?
Who white woman?
The Pam Bundy. Can I get y'all just talk about it for 1 minute?
And see, that's she was doing my thing, but I was like, I don't want to go from empowering us to train fucking rats. Not even one on there too.
Wait, what she do? Because I didn't pay attention.
Yes, Lane, whatever her name is too.
What she
do? They was on her ass today at the hearing.
Oh, I was watching that. I think you were showing.
She didn't want to answer no questions. All she want to do is have a rebuttal about something. She didn't answer no questions. She said, the man said, well, how come you ain't prosecuting nobody or investigating nobody's name has been mentioned? And she went off into some other little rant and shit, and then the man said, yeah, you full of shit, blah, 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 and Lord, you lying and all. I'm saying, boy, she lost it. You could tell, you just see the evenness in her wicked ass. Her whole damn mouth is ready to fall off.
Wendy says she needs to be impeached ASAP. I agree, because that's all they do when they get caught up and they be on some bullshit. Deflect. That's what they do.
She said, you people tried to impeach Donald Trump. Damn, you didn't say the president. She said, y'all tried to impeach Donald Trump. Oh, I guess nobody caught that. Mm-hmm. But I'm saying, yeah. I said, well, damn.
I watched the whole thing.
I said, well, damn. So now you ain't got to where you ain't calling the president because they can't impeach Donald Trump. They can impeach the president.
What's the lady name that called them out about the Epstein files when she was like she was like, I'm trying to. She was like, she wants to know why hasn't anybody been locked up yet? Donald Trump
Mhm.
been how many times Donald Trump been mentioned
Oh, I know
in
who
the
you. I
in the
can't think of
Epstein
her name.
file?
She's
It
the
was
end.
like
Several. Yeah, a
3,200
whole lot.
times. It's a lot. It's a lot. It's a high number.
No,
But she was like, he
six
was.
more of them got released. You know that, right? Six more names that they had redacted. So what they did was the Democrats and some of the Republicans put in a motion for them to release the unredacted ones because the ones that they
Yeah, I
released
seen
was
that.
not supposed to have been redacted. So the files that they did release that was unredacted, you know, they had a hearing, and even I can't think of this white man name, but I was so shocked. He was like, "I don't give a goddamn who you are. You need to go to jail. If your name is here and Lord, their names is coming out, you're
Yeah,
going to jail."
yeah.
But
They is
see,
not.
they asked her about the victims, because Winnie just wrote it up there that she wouldn't even acknowledge the victims that was sitting right behind her today. She couldn't
I
even
think
acknowledge them.
I think she
She's a
might hold one
rotten,
of them files, truthfully, because that's how she acts.
She
she's a rotten
probably.
lady.
I can't even say. I
She
don't wish
probably
that
be like
on
how
nobody,
what's her
but
name gets the lane Maxwell, the one who caught pleading the fifth in her hearing, and then she pled the fifth. And then
She's
anything
a
that they
rotten
asked, she was
lady.
like, "I'm exercising my Fifth Amendment right." And she said the only way she would speak and answer any questions honestly is if Trump grants her clemency.
what kind of soul sucking are you selling to be okay with this? Like, it's just that's what bothers me the most about that whole Epstein thing. Like, they're not just talking about adults. They're talking about taking advantage of children, eating kids.
Yeah, they was taking the intestines and eating the intestines on yachts, and like it was a cuisine. So they were impregnating these girls, taking the babies and mutilating the babies, and like eating the inside. And then they had like emails where they were making jokes about the victims, and then because a lot of them is a lot of the what they experience, because some of them are severely traumatized. Like one of them, I cried because even in therapy, people who are helping when she get, you know, you try to like encourage someone with like positive affirmations and reinforcements.
Yeah.
Her diaries is like she's not deserving and she's expecting for something to happen because they were nice to her too in the beginning and she was trusting. So the trust is completely gone. Anything that's of niceness feels like an attack is coming. And then their anxiety just goes. And it's so much. And I'm like, so I could only imagine, even just what's been put out. There's been so much. Can you imagine being like, I don't want to say that, but being young, under 16, and old men biting on your genitals? That's oh, I ain't gonna talk about it no more because I'm gonna cry. But
Yeah,
it's no.
that is what they do. That's what they've been doing. And see,
Oh
people
yeah.
don't realize when you try to tell them that they don't want to face that because they know they've been cheering it all these years. They've been cheering it, so I mean it's normal for them.
Hmm.
And
And they
she's
still
sitting in
trying
the
to
seat. She's sitting in the damn position to protect them. That's what she's doing. She's protecting them. But
hmm
that's always been an issue in this damn country. Because the women and the children are the least protected in this damn country.
hmm
That's something that's always been with these damn white men in this country.
control.
That's why you got so much domestic violence and shit. No consequences really for it. You got the kidnapping of kids and all this other stuff going on with the kids, the pedophiles. Now they started to lock these son of guns up. Cause now, hey, the shit get ready to hit the fan, so now they started to lock motherfuckers up. Cause every day on my damn feed, I'm seeing somebody that got picked up for something with a kid. But yeah, that's what they. That's what the man. And
I
then
had
let me
a
just
whole
tell you,
segment on that, but we won't
that
talk
shit
about
hit
it
the black
Monday.
community too. That shit hit the black community. Cause I can remember being a teenager, me see, 11, 13, yeah, 11 years old in 72. That's when my nephew was born, and my sister was 13. So yeah, I I can remember older men in our communities messing with little young girls. Cause my sister got pregnant about at 12 and had a baby when she was 13. I got pregnant, yeah. I got pregnant and had a baby at 13. Cause I'm 11 years older than my oldest nephew. But yeah, that had touched our community as well. So it wasn't just something that the white folks did.
Mm-hmm. No, I
But see,
agree.
these
I
motherfuckers
had a
that in our community, you either had to get hitched with them or whatever. I don't know how this all worked. Like I said, I was 11 years old, so I'm not sure how all this went down. But yeah.
I had a
But
we
one
was doing
thing,
a whole
can we
segment
say this? Let me
on
say this in recognition of young single mothers, because I got two sisters, and both of them got pregnant young, at 13 and 15. But you never seen them go on no welfare, nothing like that. They both worked their asses off to have they had for their kids. They did what they had to do, working jobs. That's one thing they did. They raised their kids with or without the men. That's something they did back then. But anyhow, this woman is protecting these pedophiles. And she said that she won't answer none questions. She won't recognize none of the victims. But she's saying she's all for people getting their punishment and all this shit. Man, these people, what is wrong with these people? And then I'm looking over there at the other side of the aisle. These motherfucking Republican guys. Oh, yes, ma'am. Miss General, you're doing a fine job and all this good shit. Well, would you like to have some more time to explain? And then they give her more time and she wants to go back. And yeah, let me attack this motherfucker over here. You know, you wouldn't stand up for this, blah, 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 and all this shit. But she still would never answer the damn questions that was being asked of her. Why are you not prosecuting nobody that you already got these names of? Why are they not being investigated?
because she got paid.
She's working for Donald Trump.
Mm-hmm.
She done made that clear. I'm just saying, people ain't thinking.
She on the
Ain't the
payroll.
president. She's working for Donald Trump. See,
Because it's
he's
bigger
making
than the
moves like
program.
he's making moves. He's making moves under the guise as a president, but he's making business moves to increase his damn wealth because he knew before his ass got in there, his ass was broke. A fucking convicted criminal. He had to win the damn election, so they probably stole the damn election, their damn selves, because everything else he been talking about has been coming true. So they probably stole the damn election, their damn self this time. And he will go ahead and get all these fucking records and all this shit and try blah blah blah. That's why Elon Musk and them came in there and took all that shit out and they gone. No more about none of that shit. Doge is gone. Pew. Then they had their computers and shit hooked up to every fucking thing in there, and now all of a sudden they gone. You don't hear nothing from them. Nothing.
Yeah.
He's running shit like a business. He's not. As long as he's doing whatever he's doing under the guise of president, they can't do nothing to him unless they overturn his shit and impeach him. If they can get in there and impeach him, then the court got a rule on it. But the court has gave him immunity. The Supreme Court gave him immunity from being prosecuted as long as he's doing whatever he does under the guise of being the president of the United States and is done under the office of being the president. So they had to figure out a way to get him for doing shit outside of being the president and get his motherfucking ass and burn him, where everybody else gonna get fucking burned.
Unfortunately, we're gonna have to continue this conversation Monday. We have come to a close. We're out of time. But I would like to thank everyone from the comment section who've been participating, from Big Bosco Productions, Wendy Cross, Tiffany Giles, Doug, hey Doug, Corey, J Bear, Fallon, who else was in there? Nia. Nia was in the chat supporting her boo. I seen that up in there. It was quite a couple of people. If I forgot you, I'm sorry. But we will talk. We will continue and go over the other things that we did on Monday at 7. So we'll talk to you guys Monday, and also keep a lookout on Facebook, Instagram, YouTube, TikTok, all the other ones for upcoming Support Small Businesses, Small Black Businesses show next Wednesday, where you can all comment your business and where people can support you, and we will go more in depth. But thank you guys for always supporting us. And if you're watching us on the replay, like, comment, and subscribe. We'll see you next week.